Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a guy who, if you were building a team from scratch and you had to employ not only a cultivator of culture, but a man to play tight end for you, that's not only going to be able to make miraculous catches, but also just Debo folks around. A man who's a consummate all-pro, one of the founders of Tight End University, a stallion out of Iowa. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, fucking George Kittle.
Yeah! Wow. Thank you, Pat. The stallion compliment's honestly my favorite thing you just said about me.
You are, though, dude. You know, we get to watch you play football every single weekend. You're a fucking stallion, dude. That catch that you made off your face in the bobble, Diggs wanted no parts of you running full speed, head forward, and I do not blame him for that. Whenever you're able to pull off stuff like this, and obviously you just assume that you're supposed to catch it. Whoa, I'd even drop it to begin with. It's insane how big you are, how athletic you are. At what age did this happen? Did you grow late, or is this like high school all the way through now? You've always been the biggest, most athletic guy on the field.
Oh no, I was usually the smallest and most frail. That was the majority of my life growing up. No, I grew 2 inches in college and put on 70 pounds. So that was kind of my coming to.
Okay, so you still have that I'm a small guy, chip on your shoulder mentality. Like, you know those the point guards that grow, and all of a sudden it was like 5'10", 5'9", and then they're 6'4", 6'5", still have the handles. Like, you still have all the mobility of a smaller guy. It's unbelievable to watch you. You're changing the tight end position. Congrats to you.
Hell yeah.
Now let's talk about the team you're on. Let's talk about the team you're on with Shanahan. We did In the Trenches.
For sure.
We did In the Trenches yesterday and all season with AQ Shipley. And we see some of the play designs for the run game, and you're a massive part of it all. When Shanahan's laying that all out, is it like you all just buy in immediately because it works, or is it the right people in there? Because it's a very run-dominant fucking game plan, and we're in a world where everybody wants to throw the rock all the time. Offensive linemen, tight end, wide receivers. Like, Ayuk's down the field blocking. Like, is it the people? Is it the scheme? What do you think it is?
I mean, honestly, it's a combination of both. And you got to throw your mentality in there, too. Like, you could have, like, some of the most talented people in the world, but they don't have the mentality that on every single run play they're going to block their asses off, then a lot of those run plays don't work. I mean, you see it like Debo took a shallow 74 yards to the house against Seattle, and you had a block downfield by me, and then you had a 6-second block by Ayuk on their guy that runs a 4.140. And, like, you don't really coach that. That's just a mentality that you develop. And so having guys like that go along with the scheme that, you know, Coach Shanahan, Coach Fleury, Coach Furster, they put together for us, that run game plan every single week. It's dense, and there's a lot going on to it, but you just got to trust the process. And, you know, the benefit of it, we're in week 23. We've been running a lot of these plays for a while. We've gotten pretty good at them. So if they want to throw some new twists, a new flavor onto something, hey, we just tell them to go for it, and we'll make it happen.
Yeah, you guys ran this deuce counter tray back away from the tight end, where earlier in the year it was towards you. Yeah, it was great, on like the 2-yard line. It was normally that's happening in the middle of the field, I feel like, and I only know this from In the Trenches with this man AQ Shipley, but he has broken down your offense like every week. The sophistication of this run game is just so much better than fucking seemingly everybody else in the NFL, other than this Philadelphia Eagles team, who also has a very similar operation. Have you guys thought ahead about this Eagles game? This is like a lot of dream scenario. This is a dream matchup for a lot of football people. Defense is incredible. Offense is sophisticated and rolling. Have you thought about how big and how, this is a massive moment, obviously, with two great teams, George?
It's going to be really fun, isn't it?
George, how are you always so calm? You're looking at the sky cam, middle of fucking divisional round. Look right, look left, little shrug, having a time of your life. You body a guy, ha ha ha. You're mic'd up. Are you does the moment ever get to you? Do you ever think about how big it is? Or are you just enjoying it all?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it definitely hits you, but I think that's kind of why I just use my love of the game to get through those moments. It's just like, at the end of the day, I'm playing a kid's game, man. I can't believe it. These are the moments I dreamed of when I was 6 years old, sitting on the back patio with my mom. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to go play in the NFL someday. She's like, damn right you are. Hey, and look at me now, playing in the NFL and the NFC Championship game, one game away from the Super Bowl in Philly. The link, insane fan base. They hate us. They just hate us because we're not the Eagles, and I love that about them. That's the way a fan base should be. So I mean, I can't wait to go play to the link. This is everything that you've ever wanted, everything you dreamed about. So might as well enjoy it, man.
You think Purdy's got that same mentality? This dude hasn't even blinked, and let alone being a rookie quarterback. They're saying he's not even in the conversation, I guess, for Offensive Rookie of the Year, which, okay, I don't understand how that happens. He didn't play long enough in the season, they're saying, whatever the case is. He has seemingly been dropped in and just been, he's unconscious almost.
It's pretty good.
What is that? What is that? Why is that, you think? And has he always been that way? Like, he's only been there a year, I guess, so you don't really know him that much aside from that. But has he always been like that?
From what I've gotten from Purdy, like ever since I met him as a rookie, so like 8 months ago when he first showed up at OTAs, being now that I'm in year 6, I try to build a relationship with the rookies, but I always try to I just try to like chirp at them just a little bit here and there to see what their mindset's like. Are they going to shrivel up into a little ball, or are they going to throw something back at me? And Purdy from day one just right back at me. And I was like, all right, like you've got something to you. I respect the hell out of it. Let's see where this goes. Like, you've got a good foundation. Let's see where this goes. And you get to training camp and he wins the number 2 spot as a rookie. He's slicing and dicing our defense. He's doing a great job in the preseason games. Like I said, wins the number 2 spot. And then we signed Jimmy back and whatever that happened with our quarterback and stuff. But then he's just been waiting, going against the number 1 defense in the NFL for like 13 weeks. And then he gets a shot. And just talk about a kid who, hey, his opportunity is right in front of him. He never knew he was going to get this opportunity, but it was right there and he was ready for it. And then he's just consistently been ready for it every single time. And yeah, he's made some crazy plays and his feet are wild. And the way he gets out of the pocket's honestly funny to watch, because I'm just like, what are you doing sometimes? But it works. And so I'm just like, hey, dude, just go play football, take care of the ball. And hey, we're going to have fun doing it.
He's done that. The turnover thing is the big conversation. Like, how has he not been confused? Like, how is he? Because a lot of these things he has to make reads, and everybody's saying, well, the system is going to make him do that. It's like he gets to his 3rd read, and sometimes that's a 25-yard ball that he has to put right on the money. It's like, is every quarterback a system quarterback? If that's being considered a system quarterback, it's unbelievable. He's not really getting chatted about for the Offensive Rookie of the Year, but he deserves it. And are you talking about his little hezzy? He hits a little hezzy. Always. And everybody's like, there's no way this. No, whoa, shit. And he gets the edge. Yeah. He's unbelievable. He's been fun to watch, dude. He's going to be a story in the NFL. Everybody's going to think, and now this is going to be a story every draft. Remember, last pick of the draft, he went on. I mean, this is a whole thing. He's blazing a whole new story and a narrative in the NFL. He's fun to watch. Good dude. We love him.
Oh, yeah, he's incredible. He's incredible. He's a dude. He's one of the boys.
That's great news. Great hat, too, by the way. Shout out Will and Taylor. They got credentialed. They're going to Radio Row.
Here we go.
Hey.
There we go, boys.
They did it. I sent them a text of well wishes whenever they got into it. I'm like, boys, good luck out there. You know what I mean? This is, we're paying them $4.5 million. They told us we weren't allowed to use logos on still images.
Yeah.
So good luck out there. You're fighting a good fight, boys. And they got in there. The boys are doing it. Love them. Ty has a question for you. Go Hawks.
Yeah, George, to my favorite one of Kirk's dogs of all time. First and foremost, just seeing how good you are in the NFL just makes my fucking head explode, knowing how they used you while we were in school at Iowa. That's neither here nor there. Speaking of Brock Purdy, are you at all concerned of the NFC Championship? Does it worry you that, the moment's going to maybe get too big for him? I mean, this guy never beat Iowa, when he was at Iowa State. That's got to concern you a little bit, no?
I mean, Iowa, I will say he never beat Iowa, but Iowa always plays the love of their competition. So you never know was Iowa State better and Iowa just played better, or was Iowa State worse and Iowa played worse but still beat them?
Hey, we got a lot of questions about Iowa football, by the way.
That's just kind of big. That's Big Ten football besides like 3 teams. And, just everyone just kind of plays the level of, their opponent. That is what it is. Purdy, I think one of the coolest things about Purdy, like just if you look at his college career, he started in 48 college football games, right? His first 2 years, he took like the NCAA by storm. And then his second 2 years, they were kind of hard. He didn't win every single game. He lost some big ones, lost like the primetime games. But like for a quarterback to do that and then pick yourself back up and then show up the next week and play at a high level, throw 5 touchdowns. Hey, one game you throw 3 picks, the next game you come back and you throw more touchdowns. Like just to be able to come back from that, that's what builds character, and that's what makes you a really good football player. Because football humbles you, and it humbles you quick, man. You can be riding the highest high of your entire life, and then the next week you can fumble the ball in the last play of the game and lose your team, your playoff chances, and you should get cut. And so like this, the difference in football and being able to, for Purdy to pick himself up, after a mistake or something like that, just keep his confidence. If you're confident in NFL, like you are doing a really good job. If you can keep that confidence, because it is hard and it's a grind, it's anxiety, but if you can keep your confidence, you can play at a high level.
I think people are forgetting that he's a rookie. Like, I think people are viewing him as like a veteran backup. Like, oh, this guy's finally getting his opportunity. It's like, oh, this guy just got here. This dude just got to the NFL, and he's taking advantage of it. We love watching it. So many weapons on your offense, man. You all buy in. Debo back is a huge deal. Obviously.
Pat, who's your favorite weapon?
Fucking George.
Besides me. Besides
Okay.
me.
All right.
We know.
Yeah, we know.
Come on.
I don't want to say, I mean, because, the big brain that runs the fullback position there is obviously a stud.
Of course.
The juice.
Harvard guy.
I mean, how do you not love the fucking juice?
Yeah.
Debo's name is fucking Debo.
Yeah. True.
So, like,
Pretty cool.
that's super cool. You know what I mean? That is, like, super duper cool.
McCaffrey.
Yeah. Elijah, so good. I mean, there is just, and Purdy, fucking, he's a weapon.
Yep.
I mean, we'll count him as well.
You love 2-3.
Yeah.
Fucking Christian McCaffrey is a dog, dude. Dude. Him,
Dog.
not in Pro Bowler, obviously. Fucking not good enough. Not all pro. Not good enough. You know what I mean? Nothing like that. He got traded to your team, and then he became like he was throwing, catching, running. What is it just like natural as soon as he got like fish to water with the San Francisco 49ers, like he's supposed to be there? Or why do you think it all works so quickly?
Christian's he's really good at football. He does it better than what most other people do. It looks like it comes a lot easier to him than anyone else. Like, I feel like I have to try really hard, and he does try really hard every single day. But some of the stuff that he does, you're just kind of like, come on, man, like, chill. But like, that's Christian. But I would say my favorite weapon is Trent Williams. But that's for us big brain guys.
AQ has a question for you. Jesus.
AQ.
Let's go. Hey, in the play down by, I think it was maybe the one with Debo early in the game, you guys ran the counter tray. You did like a jab in, jab out, and got back to Van Der Esch.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Wheel him out.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. And it wasn't like crazy when you look at the film, but I mean, it ends up being a 6, 7, 8 yard game, whatever it was. One thing I love about when I watch your guys' offense, you guys always have one little wrinkle. Everybody's running the same shit, but you guys always have one little thing. It might be IU cracking the first stack backer. It might be one little thing to try and get +1 on the front side. For you guys, when you come into game planning, how awesome is that when you show up every week and there's one new thing? It just kind of keeps it interesting, right?
Yes, except when sometimes our run installs are like 65 pages for first and second down. That gets aggressive sometimes. But at this point in the year, we've run most of them. Like, we're pretty familiar with them. And there's only a handful of new plays, I would say, with like confusing wrinkles, but it does make it interesting. And they're just like, one of the things I love about this offense is it doesn't put anyone in a terrible position, like, to succeed. Like, everyone's in a position to succeed. Like, one of my least favorite plays in the history of the NFL, this run play, we call it punch, or defenses call it crunch. And everybody just goes hip to hip and tries to drive block the D lineman in front of him. And 99% of the time, it leaves a tight end one-on-one with the Nick Bosa defensive end. And he just gets absolutely murdered and has no chance. And that's what like 60% of the NFL teams do. And I'm just happy to be in an offense where we're going to run outside zone. So if he jumps inside, Trent Williams is going to kill him. If he jumps outside, hey, you're going to be able to throw him out. We're going to run gap scheme. And if you get a 6 technique, you can easily release around him instead of trying to eat a 6 technique. And then, hey, your pulling guard will just kick him out. You go up to the backer, wheel him out, and that's an easier block for everybody. It's just like we're putting guys in positions to succeed. And it honestly blows me away that not everybody does some of the stuff that we do, because I don't really think it's that complicated.
Doesn't it just make sense whenever AQ was laying it out all year? It's like, oh, he's setting him up to have leverage. Like, oh, we are adding leverage into the actual play design. And sometimes what we've learned from AQ is they'll even motion somebody in. All right, let's get a linebacker out of the way where that would normally be sitting. Now we got a safety in here. Oh, and this safety is coming from over here. We're going to run guy from over here, so it's just natural leverage already there. It's just like it's a sophisticated run game. And the one that AQ was talking about here is on this Debo run. This is your little pump fake game. Obviously, everybody sees his ass over here. You got a little shimmy here, a little bait him in there, right? Make him jump.
Yeah, there's 6 techniques. We're just eating the C gap all day, and so when you're running, we're pulling Trent and Banksy. That's just so much fun. Counter T, yeah, there you go. But yeah, so we're just running basically, counter power, and now Trent Williams gets to be the lead blocker on a linebacker, and then Debo gets a one-on-one with a safety. And I mean, I will say that's a hell of a play by Wilson. He's a good football player.
A lot of good football players in the NFL. You guys seemingly have your way with a lot of them, though. It seems to be going your way. Earlier in the year, you thought this team was going to be like this?
I mean, just what we had to develop was just, like you have to relearn how to win sometimes.
Yeah.
And like that's a big part of it. We started the year, Trey Lance is his first true starting stop, and so our offense was a little bit different just because of some of the things that Trey could do. And so we're learning how to do with him. And then Trey gets hurt, Jimmy's back in. Jimmy hasn't practiced with the team. He's had like 1 week of practice, and then he gets thrown in. Honestly, we played terrible on Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football against the Broncos. But then after that, we've been playing at a pretty high level. We've lost one other time since. I think we lost. Yeah, our last was versus the Chiefs, but it just took us our offense a little bit to find your identity. And our defense has been playing at a high level, kept us in all those games, but it took us a little bit. And now that we've got that identity, everybody's playing at the level they need to be playing at. It's just fun to be rolling right now and scoring a lot of points.
Yeah, not only scoring a lot of points too, your defense is not allowing a lot of points. And I was at that Seattle game. I like how much your team talks shit. I enjoy, you know what I mean? I enjoy that about it seems like the Niners are like a team, bunch of dogs, just everywhere across the board. The boombox thing coming out, fucking awesome. It's just from the beginning all the way until the end, it's like the Niners are here almost. It's like a whole thing, and you guys are awesome to watch. Must-see television. Only 49 million or something. Watch you guys, I think.
That's it?
Yeah.
Numbers are down.
Jeez.
Next time.
Bummer.
I'll try to do something dramatic this week to get the ratings up again.
Hey, that Joker tattoo, we talked right before we started this whole thing. That thing got a good shot on national TV. I think a lot of convos that took place were like, does that guy have a Joker? Oh my God.
Yes,
it's like
he does.
Is that
That's
the
sweet.
nicest Joker tattoo of all time? Your ink in art is fantastic. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, George, David Lombardi, beat writer for the Niners, came on. He talked about how like Nick Bosa and Trent Williams started doing, post game, conversations, sharing some game, and then you would jump in there and Fred Warner. How awesome is it to kind of talk with guys who are the best player at their position in the NFL to kind of learn from them on what you could do to make yourself better? Because realistically, you guys have 5, 6, 7 guys who are the best in the league at their position.
I'm gonna first off, Trent Williams, Nick Bosa are like on a different level than like almost everyone else. Like I'd throw Aaron Donald up there, and maybe Mahomes. Like there's a couple guys that are up there, but Nick Bosa and Trent Williams are both just elite of the elite. And I will say it's like Trent Williams. I sit next to him on the airplane. I sit right behind him, and the amount of film that he watches on every single defensive end, and he breaks down all of their moves. Hey, this is their main pass rush move. This is their counter to whatever you try to do to stop their move. And then some guys have like a third counter. He knows all of their moves, and so then he knows how to set them up, and then he eliminates all their counters and allows them to only do their main move. And then since he's a better athlete, stronger, faster, has ballerina feet, he just dominates you. And that's the film you watch of Trent Williams. Like he knows everybody's move and all their counters. And you have Nick Bosa who he has leverage on you because he's like 6'3". He's stronger than you because he squats 700 pounds. He's got great hands. He does all the little cool hand slaps and all the Aaron Donald knife fighting stuff. He does all that cool stuff. And so then when you combine that speed, that strength, and that agility, okay, good luck blocking him. And so then when they sit down and talk about it, you're just kind of like, I can't do everything that they do, but I can hear their thought process, and it can change the way I think about my job, and then I can learn something from them that way. Like I'm not going to learn like Trent Williams. He does his ninja moves where he shoots off the ball like he's going to block you, and then he just jumps out of the way and throws you down. I might try that. Maybe not this week, but I might try that. Who knows?
I don't know. You busted out not this week, I guess. Then the next time would be the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, not a bad time to give it a go. Smart. You know what I mean? You're sitting in that inner circle there, learning some moves from Trent. Why not take it to the biggest stage that you possibly can? Last question here for you, George. Bosa's a jungle cat. This isn't the question, but that's what that was my. Diggs has a question for you, and it's going to be a good question. But you brought up Bosa there being 6'3" and squatting 700 pounds. Watching him from where I was standing at the booth. He's sprawled out in that sprinter stance, dude. He looks like an actual panther out there at the end of the thing.
That's a good one.
He does. It's fucking unbelievable. And then he's just faster than everybody,
Freak.
stronger than everybody, and he's absolutely jocked. He's jocked right now. What a guy. What a specimen. Has a chef, a nutritionist. And it appears to be working for old Paisan. Go ahead, Tone.
George, I need you to debunk something because the internet was saying that you were cheating and you were ineligible on the bobble catch. Will you let them know?
I saw that, man.
Will you let them know they're
Dallas
wrong?
fans they're so angry. I mean, everyone's like, well, there's not enough guys in the line of scrimmage. Okay, at the top of the formation, we have a wide receiver on the line of scrimmage. You have our 5 offensive linemen, and then me, and then we're in a West set, Queen set, whatever you want to call it. Juice is, hey, was Juice a little tight? Sure, but he wasn't covering me up, and so then I'm an eligible receiver. So let's stop complaining about the rules and saying that we're cheating. And you guys are just fun. I love fans.
Yeah,
Hell
the game's getting dissected at different levels these days. A lot more people, a lot more eyes, and all of them are saying you guys are awesome to watch. We appreciate you taking time to join us here, George.
Wow, Pat, it's a pleasure. Thanks for drinking Bud Light.
What?
Awesome.
Hey, hell
I'll drink my Gatorades.
Yeah, you're in the middle of I'm retired. You're in the middle of a very important time.
Yeah, close it out.
Could you imagine the same?
Wait, Pat, is that your WrestleMania photo up front?
Yeah, with Steve. You're in it, maybe.
I was just 2 rows behind you, man.
I wonder if you're actually in this.
I was screaming for you.
I appreciate that love, too. You showed it to me before the match, after the match, and during the match. You're the man for that. I appreciate that. How about me fucking with Steve Austin chugging beers on the ring? Like, could you imagine? It was a joke.
Oh, dude. No, I can't even imagine. You've never felt so cool in your entire life, have you?
The coolest, dude. I'm standing up there. Oh my God, yeah. Here we go. Just no big deal.
Oh,
it was amazing.
Pat, I got a close second for you though. I was sitting in the stands with Stone Cold's brother, and he was just housing him with me, and it was so much fun.
Okay, so you're drinking with the Austin family.
What?
Oh yeah, dude. Me and Kev, we were having a great time. He was like 8 beers deep by the time I showed up for the first match. He was 8 deep. And I was like, dude, you're gonna have a great day.
Did he sound like Steve Wired? Was there a lot of that?
Oh, it was fantastic, dude. That was one of the best moments. I'll see you at SoFi. You gonna be in LA?
I don't know, George. It's
a loaded question.
George, we don't know, George. You don't know. Maybe. Hey, we'll sit next to each other, maybe, huh? Maybe get a suite, maybe.
No, I like to be in the ring. If we just put a table out there and we can throw someone through it.
Why?
I'm in.
What? Yeah, that should happen, right? I think at this point it needs to happen. You had the Goldberg shirt, obviously the Steve Austin shirt. I believe there's obviously been more. Both of us massive wrestling marks, bro. Massive. That should have already taken place. I assume there's already something in the works.
I hope there is something in the works. I don't know of anything yet, but if you hear of anything, you have my Twitter number, Instagram. You got me. Just hit me up.
Kittle's going over. I don't do the booking, but okay, we will certainly put
You've got a good influence there, Pat.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do not. I do not. George Kittle, you're the man, buddy. Good luck.
See you, fellas. Thanks for having me.
See you, George. Appreciate you, buddy.